Jennings County Corn, that's Lainey Wilson, Heart Like a Truck, and it's now 8:09. Good morning, Jennings County. Welcome into Monday. It's October 21st, 2024. I'm Joe Ammerman, pleased to have with us in the studio North Vernon Mayor Sean Gerken. Good morning.
Good morning, Joe. Thanks for having me back.
Always good to have you here, and we've got some things to talk about this morning. One thing I noticed, there's kind of a new position within the city of code enforcement.
Yes,
Tell me
sir,
about
that's correct. Well, it's something that we've kind of pondered for a couple of years now, and the idea behind it was that we feel like if someone is going to make an investment in our city, then we need to do our best to protect that investment and making sure that surrounding properties and property owners are taking care of their things. And so this position is kind of above and beyond what the Area Plan Commission does for us, so I don't want to confuse the two, but there are some ordinances where some things such as tall grass and just leaving your trash cans out and things like that that are against the city ordinance that wouldn't necessarily be against the county ordinance. And so this position of code enforcement will make sure that your neighbors aren't using their old toilet for a flower pot and things like that. Positions also under the umbrella of the fire department. The fire department is required to do annual fire inspections on all commercial buildings, and we haven't really had the staff to be able to do that the way we should be. And so position is being trained up to also be able to tackle that task as well. So I just named Elise Allen, the former facilities manager at our Education and Training Center building, as our new code enforcement officer. She's currently in training, and I'm confident she'll be up to the task in short time.
Okay, very good. Been noticing a lot of work going on out at the city park.
Yes, as well. We continue. Again, I've joked before, former Mayor Oakes, former Mayor Campbell, they did a lot of work on water, sewer, stormwater infrastructure, things under the ground that you don't get to see. And now here I am, I feel kind of fortunate that with, Tripton Parks and new pools and pickleball courts and the quadplex at the city park, that I'm fortunate enough that we're working on projects that you do get to see and show off, and they're probably more fun, to be honest with you. So I'm fortunate to have a city council who fully supports me in that quality of life and quality of play and things that we want to see improvements on. They're behind me. Redevelopment Commission is the same way. So we are near completion, a couple days with the finishing touches on the turf project out at the quadplex. And so I think we've talked about that shortly for a little bit in the past, in that obviously, we want to bring more people in with tournaments on the weekends, help businesses and things downtown, bringing people into the community. And this will also, of course, cut back on the financial impact of diamond dry and raking the infields and things like that. So that stuff's done. It will eliminate, or not eliminate, but certainly reduce the amount of rainouts we have. I mean, if it's not storming and lightning, then you can pretty much play on it. And then there's the cool factor of, our local kids then get to play on turf fields, right? And so our rec league games during the summer will be on the turf, and then we'll be able to host tournaments on the weekend. It's my understanding our first big tournament will be this weekend. And so I'm excited to see the tournament that we have and the amount of people that's brought to the community, and see if we can't impress upon them what we got here in North Vernon.
All right, very good. So what's the latest on the quarry project now?
Quarry's moving along, not nearly as fast as I would like it to be moving along. We did split the project up into kind of two phases, and so Dave O'Mara was just awarded what I affectionately call the Overlook project. So off of 4th Street, if you can picture the intersection of 4th Street and Curry Drive, they're in that area. They should begin construction in the next couple weeks of an overlook there, where it'll be a parking lot where you can pull in. There will be a pretty good sized shelter house / gazebo looking structure there. And it will be kind of the head to some walking trails where you can walk the canyon both directions. So you'd be able to sit, picnic, enjoy the view of the water in the quarry project from that spot. Or, get your walking shoes on and take off in either direction. Ultimately, there's going to be over 7 miles of walking trails in that area. And
wow.
Again, I've had a lot of people unsure of that project, hesitant, skeptical maybe is the best word, but no one is skeptical after I take them back to the quarry. And if you haven't been there, it really is a beautiful piece of property. It's a half a mile from downtown, but once you're in there, you feel like you're it's more of a New Mexico, Utah feel, and it's certainly different than what you would get in an Echo Park or a county park. And so we'll work on the overlook here. Construction should start in the next couple weeks. and then into next year we'll begin construction on the full phase RV hookup, and we have plans for a playground, if you will, that should wow the socks off of most people too. I mean, it's going to be something special and something that you certainly don't see in your regular park, if you will. I've joked around that if you take your kid or grandkid down there and they don't come home with a skinned knee, then they're not doing it right? So it's going to be just a little more rugged, a little more outdoorsy, a little more with the lay of the land and what's out there already. And I think it's going to be a project that'll bring a lot of out-of-towners too as well. And then the RV park allows people an excuse to have an extended weekend in North Vernon. Hopefully then buzz up the hill, eat at our local restaurants. A lot of the travel baseball and softball teams now, they travel in RVs, and so we're hoping those two make a connection, and there's people that are playing weekend tournaments at our park and then using the quarry in the RV park down there as their place to stay. So looking forward to all that coming together.
Well, speaking on behalf of the older folks in the community, North Vernon has a number of great places you can take a walk.
Doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it really does. And I think I've shared this with you before, that I feel like I grew up maybe not appreciating some of the things that North Vernon has to offer, and it really opened my eyes the last few years, a lot of the out-of-towners and transplants that have moved to town. I've already hosted a mayor's roundtable here in North Vernon, taking that opportunity, so we had mayors from other communities come. And just seeing their reaction to our downtown, and you know what, we have a lot to offer, a lot to be proud of. I feel like there's a lot of positive momentum going, especially in our downtown area, with the implementation of Main Street and the great job Autumn's doing and things like that. So just trying to continue. I guess my job's not to screw that up. So what I'm doing is hopefully continuing that momentum. We got a lot of things going on right now, a lot of things in the work that I'm excited about.
Awesome.
Yep.
Anything else you want to mention, or did we cover it pretty well?
Yes, there is one more thing I'd like to mention. I hope, as you just mentioned, walking downtown, the veterans banners that we have
yes.
up, veterans banners, that's been a great project. I'm pretty pleased with the turnout. I think we had 90 polls, places to offer banners, and we sold just shy of 80. So pretty happy with the turnout of the first year. Had a lot of good compliments on that. And so just a reminder, the Friday before Veterans Day at the Entourage Event Center on Walnut Street there across from City Hall, Mayor's office will be hosting a free Veterans Day breakfast. So encourage any active and or veteran members of our service military to come have breakfast with us. It should be a good time.
Okay.
Yep.
Very good.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Yep.
North Vernon Mayor Sean Gerken. And it is now 17 minutes after 8.